What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer. Taking a look at Spriggans. I just showed those combos a couple days ago, and I wanted to show my final list. I don't think this is the best deck list in the world. In fact, I'll probably end up revisiting it this at some point, but I'm pretty happy with where it's at, and I do think it's going to take, like, actual good Spriggans cards, like main deck monsters, to come out before this deck is ever, like, actually viable to play. But it is fun, and there's a lot of, like, weird, interesting things you can do with it, so I'm going to go ahead and showcase that right now. So this is like what my most recent list looks like. In a couple of replays, there'll be very few variations, but I'll showcase where it's at. And again, it's like a very minor change. So everything kind of rolls through the Kashtira engine. You're trying to see those cards as much as humanly possible. Yeah, if your unicorn gets impermed, it's usually like really, really bad. But assuming like your combo kind of goes through, you can do some really cool things. So there goes Sargus, and then, obviously the best card, Tally-Ho, is what you're going to search out. It brings out 2 level 4s and then a rank 4, so it helps with, F-Zero, and then it also helps with, like, the last level 4 that you need. There's also, like, you can go into another rank 7. It's a Raid Raptor monster, and it brings out Raider's Wing. So you don't have to see the other level 4 in your hand. In this case, I did, so I get to overextend a little bit. In this case, like, you can even go for a different rank 7 because I can't even use the effect of number 99 right here. So it does kind of conflict a little bit. This is a bounce/pop. He did have Millennium Eyes Restrict, which doesn't really do anything at all. So I'm going to go ahead and just, like, pop that. And then I can also, like, pop this card. So he can't really do anything. I should have set the Called by the Grave too, but it doesn't really matter, right? So that's just, like, a quick example of, like, when everything goes, like, really well. This is against Fallen of Albaz. And then, like, yeah, this card's just, like, glued to my hand. It's, like, super unfortunate. It's not really the card you want to see, but even if it is, like, it's really a soft card, and as you'll see here in a second, it doesn't impede things too badly. It just kind of sucks to see. And then there you go. There goes Arsenal Falcon. So that's that extra card there that helps you to get to where you want to be for all of your combos. Again, you can add Tally-Ho. If you already have Tally-Ho in your hand, you can get Therian King Regulus, and that's always kind of fun. I can just, like, add that back just because. And then there we go. I can go to Tornado Dragon. So you can still kind of do some, again, even though I had like a really weird hand where you don't really want to see the Ascended Sage, I was able to make the most out of it. And I still have like a lot of interruption. He did have Tornado Dragon, or excuse me, Super Poly. So that's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I have to stop that or else Fallen of Albaz comes to the board and I don't have any monsters here that can stop that. Yeah, this is a very specific card. It steals a dragon type monster, but I already used the effect. And yeah, I can trigger my own Sargus to send that back to the graveyard. And this also has battle protection. This is going to come back to me during the end phase, and that was kind of that. So there's always, like, this is like a super underrated effect, the battle phase effect at number 99. Like, playing without it makes me realize, like, how much I actually do use that card, and, like, how little your opponent plays around it, because they always think, like, oh, it just brings out 2 number monsters. The card is amazing. It's, like, one of my favorite cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! This is against Hot Red Archfiend. Do get to run plenty of going second cards. Like, yeah, I run the Saitama or whatever it's called, the Spirit Monster engine now, but before I was running Basil Ship. That's really the only difference that you'll see in these replays. Yeah, but yeah, I guess you do technically get like 11 going second cards, and I also run Triple Tactics Talent, which helps too. Another draw off the top, it's nice. And then there goes the Imperm. I did hard open the Theosis, so... And then I can bring this out from the deck. I can use my normal summon here. So, again, the Saitama stuff would have done the exact same thing. But it was pretty cool. Like, I am able to play through this. He probably shouldn't have held the Imperm for so long, but it worked out for me. And then I can send that back. It just gets around so many, like, if this card's destroyed by battle or card effects, you can just bounce it back to the hand. So it has a lot of versatility there. And then I'm off to the races. And then I do have a couple more. I think this is probably just like a regular combo. You kind of do have to run Crossout Designator. And this kind of brings it all together. And again, this is a pretty awkward hand. Obviously, I do need the Droll not to go through there. So, playing this deck has made me realize, like, yeah, you definitely, like, kind of need this card to play. Just because, again, these cards don't do anything. Like, they're just dudes. I just use it as a level 4 monster. And, like, when you have one in your hand, you can... do some interesting things, because with Tally-Ho you can bring back 3 level 4s. You don't have to bring back the rank 4. In this case I did, but I don't think I can do anything with this. Oh no, you can. Yeah, never mind. This is the whole point of what I was trying to say, is that if you have the Kashtira stuff, you don't need to see a level 4 in your hand. You can just use Raider's Wing. And then during my opponent's turn, obviously another guy comes out, and that's pretty cool. I just have one more. This is against... yeah, I'll just show this one. This is against Salad. Again, seeing both. This is like probably a worse as a hand it's ever going to get. Like, just seeing so many one-ofs that you really don't want to see. But I didn't have the Kashtira engine, so it worked out for me. I think my talents ripped his talents, so I know what's in his hand. I'm still going to have a pretty decent end board here. You can go into Utopia. Like, yeah, I did hard open this. So, you know, Therian King Regulus is an Omni negate. This is a spell negate, and then this is also an Omni. And again, I already know what he has in his hand. It's like a dude and a, yeah. So I already have all the answers. Literally have interruption for every card in his hand, which is nice. So okay, so I'm going to jump over to the deck list really quickly, just so I can get that over with. 3 copies of Imperm, 3 copies of Ash Blossom, 3 copies of Joel and Lockbird, and then 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talent. I guess you could technically also say that Fenrir is a going second card, although you almost always lead with Unicorn. 2 talents, 3 copies of Crossout Detonator. So you can run a lot of non-engine, and the deck still works, just because Fenrir is like a 1-card combo, and you just want to see it as much as possible. So it's kind of nice in that sense. 1 copy of Regulus, 3 Unicorn, 2 Fenrir, 1 copy of Rice Heart. Then, yeah, this is my Springans lineup. 1 Rocky and 2 Brothers. I always think in my mind I'm going to be able to use the effect of Brothers at some point in time, but I never, ever am, like, through all my testing. So I can't wait till these cards can be replaced at some point with better monsters, if that ever happens. 1 copy of Ascended Stage, 1 copy of Raider's Wing, 2 copies of Saitama to go along with 3 copies of Artama. Artama searches this, so this is a 1-card rank 4, I guess. 1 copy of Utopia Force, 2 copy of Prosperity, 1 copy of Theosis. Only 1 Tally-Ho. I used to run this at 3, but it's not really a good card because none of your Springan monsters are good. So if you just see this in your hand, search doesn't do anything. Like, the only good effect is when you get to use the Soul Charge effect, and which requires setup. 1 copy of Terraforming, and then 3 copies of the Pressure Planet. Onto the extra deck, just 1 copy of Zeus, 1 copy of Utopia Dragonar. That goes along with, Utopia, and then the S39 Utopia Prime, which helps you go into Hope Harbinger, and then also the other one is Lancelot, number 23. Gigantic Champion Sargus, 1 copy of Arsenal Falcon, just in case you don't have that other level 4 in your hand. 1 copy of Shingri-Ir, 1 copy of Tornado Dragon, 1 copy of Castel. These are typically like the 2 cards you're going to banish off of Prosperity to go along with Zeus. 1 copy of Utopic Sage, Spriggan's Merrymaker, 1 copy of F-Zero, and then last number F-Zero Utopic Future. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this list in the comment section down below. Other than that's going to do it for today's video, and I will see you guys next time.